What's good, everybody? It's your boy D Nice with I2G Hip Hop, back at it with another review. Urge everyone to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, which is I2G Hip Hop. That's the letter I, the number 2, the letter G, Hip Hop, all one word, on YouTube. You can also check out this review on our website, www.illuminati2g.com. That's the word Illuminati, the number 2, the letter G.com. Let's get right into it. We are reviewing Snoop Dogg's 21st album. I had to check this. If anyone put that number out there, 21 and Snoop, I'm pretty concrete on it. Real ones know the significance of the number 21 with Snoop, but his 21st solo album, Is It a Crime? Not even 6 months removed from the release of his album with Dr. Dre entitled Missionary, which I'm going to give kind of a follow-up on that after I get the review of this. But definitely was a surprise, kind of came out of nowhere, but just wanted to give my thoughts on it. First and foremost, first thing that really stuck out to me about this project is how soulful the production and just the vocals and everything was with this project. As many people know, or if you don't know, Snoop's mother did pass away recently. He did a gospel album as well. I believe there was another death in his family, his brother possibly. Not quite sure on that, but very soulful. Kind of has some gospel vibes to it, but love the title track, Is It a Crime, with October London, a very dope, underrated R&B artist that has been dropping some really stellar projects. The Reincarnation of Marvin, it was an incredible album. But really enjoyed that, produced by Major 7 and AG. Joy, produced by Big D and Lamb. Unsung Heroes, produced by Big Duke. And then we get into Sophisticated Crippin', that was produced by Battle Cat. Battle Cat, longtime contributor with Snoop over the years, on the East Side is on a lot of his projects. Battle Cat with DPG, any artist, Corrupt, Daz, Snoop, Ice Cube, the list goes on and on. Exhibit as well. Really like the production on Sophisticated Crippin'. Can't Wait, featuring La Russell, produced by Knox. As well, another long-time Snoop contributor. Can't Get Enough, featuring Jane Hancock. Again, all these tracks really embody kind of the more kind of West Coast dominant production we're used to from Snoop on pretty much all of his projects over the years, where Missionary kind of had more of that theatrical feel and sound. This had kind of that, summertime, top-down, bouncy West Coast production, and soulful hooks, and like I said, kind of that church / gospel-like production on it as well. My favorite beat, Just the Way It Is, featuring Wiz Khalifa and Jay Black, produced by Superfly. I am a big-time Superfly fan as an MC and as a producer, so it was super dope to hear Superfly work on this project. You Want My All, featuring Hakeem Ali, produced by Battle Cat. What's Happening, featuring Charlie Be Real. He actually produced that. The track Spot with Pharrell, produced by Pharrell, really couldn't get into. It just kind of was an average track for me. Shut Your Bitch Ass Up, featuring Stressmatic, produced by Rick Rock, dope banger. Cold Summer with Denon Porter, produced by Denon as well. Snoop Will Make You Dance, also produced by Battle Cat. Me and OG Snoop, featuring Sexy Red, really couldn't get into this track. Definitely cool for the strip clubs, but not something that I would bump. Life's Journey featuring Black Tobin, produced by Day One. Big shout out to Day One. We did an interview with him years ago on the site. Always been a big fan of his production. Let Me Love You, produced by Knox. West Up, again, produced by Battlecat. My Friend, a very introspective track talking about the losses of family members, featuring Denon Porter. Snoop talked very extensive about this track on his interview with the Breakfast Club, which I urge everybody to check out as well. But it was a very hard track for him to perform. And then he closed out the album with Live Life, produced by Big D and Lamb. Overall, I probably would give this album a 3.5 out of 5. I know a lot of people were very disappointed with the album he did with Dr. Dre, Missionary. Again, he talked extensively in Breakfast Club about working with Dr. Dre on it. Had said, kind of this was a Dr. Dre project, and he came to the table to produce and create with Dr. Dre, but he didn't do a lot of the writing, things like that. I don't get a vibe that Dre or Snoop kind of regrets Missionary. Missionary had a very distinctive sound, and to be honest with you, I talked about even in my Missionary review that I did, there's so many years removed and in between projects with Dr. Dre and Snoop that the expectation level is almost impossible to match musically with the product you put out with the expectations that come with it. These guys have, been working together for over 30 years. Again, and I say all that to say I still love the Missionary album, but hard to kind of reach those lofty goals and expectations with an album like that, especially Dr. Dre, track record. The crazy part is I don't think that we've heard even 20% of the music that Dr. Dre has produced over the years. Doctors say you only use maybe 10% of your actual brain capacity. That's how I kind of feel about Dre when projects come out. It's no telling how dated or how long they are. If you kind of touched up a beat and released it or anything. So the expectations were really high. With this album, Snoop kind of gets back into his own element. He's been doing it since, Master P, being with Master P, being with Pharrell, where, you still kind of have that, he's the executive producer. And sometimes on albums in the past, it's been a lot of filler, maybe a lot of quality control where one person is involved in that, whereas an executive producer can kind of sit back, work the boards and everything, and kind of tell you how they want the album laid out. This felt more like an actual, Snoop Dogg album, like, Documentary or Never Left, those type albums, which I love. They're very solid. They're not, on a Doggy Style, blue carpet treatment, last meal type of level, but still very solid project. Snoop sounds invigorated as ever, sounds just as hungry as he did back in '93, as he does in 2025, which is always refreshing. And I really feel like he's one of those MCs, and that's even a rule and part of being an MC, move the crowd. And Snoop still moves the crowd lyrically. Like I said, production very in-house, very West Coast, more soulful, bouncy production. Whereas again, Missionary kind of had that theatrical sound to it, and kind of more of a soundtrack type of a setup to it. I compare Missionary is very similar to Compton. So, whereas, and Chronic, to me, the sequel to Chronic was Doggy Style. Similar setup, but just a notch, a bigger step up, like 2001, different things like that, and just mixing, mastering, and production. That's how I kind of felt with Missionary. Missionary is kind of more that, like I say, you have that glossy, produced sound. This is more of a stripped down, just straight gutter West Coast album that Snoop dropped. Again, I would say about a 3.5 out of 5. I'll listen to it a little bit more. Definitely kind of reminds me of the 213 album that Snoop, Nate Dogg, and Warren G put out. I was kind of expecting a lot of Warren G, Dr. Dre production on it, and I think it was one Warren G song, and then they ended up Game Don't Wait remix by Dr. Dre. So other than that, it was all different producers. This album as well has a lot of different producers, but a lot of producers that Snoop has worked with over the years. So urge everybody to check it out. I know a lot of people, expect classics and expect greatness every time Snoop does come out. I will give it to him and Ice Cube and a lot of other OGs on the West Coast. They give their fans, their hardcore fans, exactly what they're looking for and what they're asking for. In most cases, does the album maybe reach? It's impossible to reach everyone's expectations, but it's definitely a quality album, and I urge everybody to check it out. So site www.illuminati2g.com. Like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel at I2G Hip Hop. The letter I, the number 2, the letter G Hip Hop, all one word. But D Nice, I2G Hip Hop signing off. Pick up that new Is It a Crime album, excuse me, by Snoop Dogg on Death Row Records. Peace.